Hey, brothers, what's going on? You see, this question could mean a couple different things. First, it could just be a question, a general interest in how's your life going? Or it could be something else. It could be something that you're continually asking yourself. It was for me because early in my life, I was always asking myself, what's going on? I did this because I was living a very safe, very low-risk life, but felt unfulfilled and that something was missing. Thankfully, God wanted to restore that, and He came and turned that around in me. In fact, I believe that a self-life leads to really just a sense of incompleteness. It did for me, and sadly, I've met far too many men that felt the exact same way. Now think about it. If today were your last, would you feel content? Would you know that you used your time wisely and fulfilled a purpose? If not, then this might indicate that you're not living in a larger story that God's inviting you into. If you are living a self-life, then let me just break it to you. You are not the main character in this story. Now, you're an important character, a really strong one, but you're not the central one. There's something bigger out there that you need to be a part of. In fact, if you take a look at either page 42 or 47 in the field manual, it depends on which version that you have, you're going to find a description of a scene from Braveheart, the Battle of Stirling. Now, Wallace comes to the field of Stirling to find the Scots losing their heart. You see, the nobles don't know how to give a man back his heart, but Wallace does. Now, first he gives them an identity. He calls them the Sons of Scotland. Now, it might help to know that at this time, the Scots were the only people that the Romans could not conquer. The Romans invaded them several times and failed every time. The world's strongest military at that time could not defeat the Scots. So in calling them the Sons of Scotland, Wallace is giving them a noble identity and a much more dangerous place in the story against the English at that time. So then Wallace forces them to face the reality that a life lived in fear is not really worth living. In fact, that echoes the words that are very much like what Christ spoke when He said, "What will it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses his own soul?" And that's from Mark 8:36. So just reflect on this story and the scripture. Do you see the connection? The connection between a heart, an identity, and a purpose? Do you believe that you have a noble identity that reflects God? Or is it reflective of something else? How are you living your life today? Are you dangerous to the enemy? And what hits you from Mark 8:36? Now, brothers, abandoning a self-focused life can absolutely help you regain your heart and pull you into a larger, more adventurous, and more importantly, a fulfilling life that God has called you into. Okay, last question. On a scale of 1 to 10, just rate your willingness to take risks at work and your relationships. You see, this is another question from your field guide, and it's a question that can indicate if you're possibly gaining the world but losing your heart, or if you're restoring your heart and fulfilling your soul by being part of God's story. So, brothers, my prayer for each of you is that you would risk an authentic relationship with God from this day onward, and that you would never be able to unhear God's words and never ask yourself again, what's going on?